Mezco, Hulk, and Nightcrawler. Yeah, I'm going to dispense with everything. We're just going to go straight to the news because it's San Diego Comic-Con weekend. It's only Thursday, and the hits are already coming. Mezco showing off a whole bunch of stuff. But for me, it's that Hulk, baby. Looks so beautiful. The Jade Giant. We've just got the Maximum Hulk from Marvel Legends, and I was saying to myself, yeah, but what's Mezco's offering going to look like? And it looks gorgeous. I'm in love. Some people have said, and rightly so, he's not huge. He's not that big. But honestly, I really don't mind too much because I just love the style, all of the detail in the face. This is the Hulk that I would have really wanted. I think Mezco, you nailed it. They're not always hits with Mezco. They're my favorite brand, but I'll be the first to admit that sometimes, it can be a bit rough. Like their retro Spider-Man, don't like it. But this Hulk, absolutely phenomenal. I love the look of this. Seeing him next to Captain America, Thor, Iron Man, just that's the Avengers right there. So that was a great way for me to kick off Comic-Con proper, and they weren't done there either. Also showing the Blue Elf Nightcrawler. Only a couple of little pictures and images to go by because this is just what was in their display cabinet, just like the Hulk. But Nightcrawler, I want this guy as well because he's a quintessential X-Man, giant size X-Men #1. This is what I want. This is Kurt Wagner looking the business. Mezco are going to do pretty well out of me. At least I'm probably not going to upgrade my Captain America, and Thor I'm on the shelf with. I don't know. He looks so retro, might be a bit too classic for my tastes, but Hulk and Nightcrawler, both of those look absolutely awesome. The Find My Figures team have some fantastic photos on their Instagram page of the Mezco figures that I hadn't previously seen. So we've got, first of all, one that was surprising, but kind of cool. David Corenswet's Superman. I say surprising. I mean, we were thinking maybe they were going to do the movie version. Well, guess what? They are. And from this view, at least, I think he looks pretty decent. And then also, we're getting closer looks at the animated style Joker. His clothes look a little big and puffy, as is often the case sometimes with 1/12 scale cloth goods. But standing next to Batman, they both still look real nice. Then, a big one for a lot of people, we got Jason Todd, the Red Hood, who looks pretty damn badass, actually. I've always loved that Red Hood redesigned costume. I think that looks really cool. Now, one thing I've also got to point out, which I appreciate, Mezco tend to have big head syndrome. And that's very clear with some of these figures. But for me, I don't mind. They just kind of look a little bit more, kind of larger than life. I feel like the Hulk, he's got quite a big noggin on him as well. But really, I don't mind. It just adds to the kind of comic booky, larger than life appeal. So yeah, Mezco for me, they're firing on all cylinders. SH Figure Arts have shown full reveal images of their Ben Reilly Scarlet Spider, and if I couldn't have been more in love already, well, there you go. We've got the unmasked portrait. We've got all like the full kind of glamour shots straight out of Spider-Verse. So it's that cell-shaded, but not really cell-shaded, just comic book shaded kind of look that's just, mwah. Chef's kiss. The Ben Reilly head, it is like the sort of goofy interpretation of the Scarlet Spider from the movie, but I don't care. He looks wicked. That head's going to go straight in the fodder box, even though, I mean, it does look nice. It looks well made, but I want my Tom Lyle, Mark Bagley style Scarlet Spider, and that's exactly what this is. The Hulk might be like the thing I'm most giddy about today, but overall for this year of reveals, it's gotta be that Scarlet Spider-Man. So as you can see, it's lucky I'm filming this standing up because I got some ants in my pants and a lot of excitement in my belly. This is a good time to be an action figure fan. And speaking of SH Figure Arts giving the people what they want, they've announced that their next Capcom figure, it's going to be Capcom Spidey. We've only got the one picture, which isn't even of the figure. It's just Spidey from the game, but that's all we really need to know at this point. This might be, I feel like I'm saying this every couple of months now, but this might be the quintessential Spider-Man figure, the Maximum Spider-Man figure, if you will. We had Marvel Legends kind of going half measures with their Maximum Spider-Man. It's kind of Capcom, but not really. No, if Cyclops is anything to go by, this will be your Capcom Spider-Man. Will he have some of the features of figure arts that you don't like the thong kind of cut in the butt cheeks and all that kind of thing? Yeah, probably, but also he'll likely look really good as well. So, yeah, I'm glad that I cancelled my order for Maximum Spider-Man. I knew I was saving that money for something. I think it's going to be this. Okay, another Hulk, a bit of a different one this time, from a third-party company, I'm guessing, still trying to find out all the information. It must be third-party, because this ain't the Hulk. This is the Green Scar, but you can call it like you see it. I think it's listed here as GS001. Can't I really help you? You know I'll give you more information when I find out, but it's 1/12 scale. So it's your great Marvel Legends scale, and it's Planet Hulk. It's not Worldbreaker Hulk, I had to stop myself there, but this looks super pretty. It reminds me a bit of the Meti Toy Orcs. Don't think it's Meti Toys. They probably would have had a name on there. So just listed as the Green Scar at the moment, but with the shield, with the gladiator gear, the sword, the different face sculpts. He has the Worldbreaker look as well. So he's got both Green Scar and Worldbreaker. For those not in the know, Worldbreaker Hulk is when the planet of Sakaar gets like blown up and destroyed, or at least his little portion of it does, and he blames the Avengers and comes to town looking for trouble. So both of these together, that's really something here. As soon as I know where you can find this for pre-order, I'm gonna let you know, because this, talk about your quintessential versions of characters, at least as far as Planet Hulk goes, this guy's the business. Speak to me, warriors! Ultimate Warriors and Ultimate Street Fighters, Ultimate World Warriors, if you will. I knew there was some connective tissue there. Mattel are doing Street Fighter and WWE mashups. And some of these, they look kind of fun. I wouldn't particularly want them necessarily, but I can see some appeal. And the creativity is great fun. Blanca as the Ultimate Warrior, that's cool. With the Ultimate Warrior logo in the chest hair. Why the heck not? As a wrestling character that actually mashes up with a comic book character pretty darn perfectly, that's a good one there. Also, we're getting Rey Mysterio as Ryu. That's fine. Kind of reminds me of the Power Rangers mashups, where it's like, it kind of like just looks like the normal person, but just wearing a slightly different costume. Like if Rey came out for a WWE match wearing this, it would feel like business as usual. The Rock as M. Bison, that mashup is kind of perfect, really, considering his final boss character in WWE. That works really well. I mean, he looks like a stripper at the Blue Oyster Club, but that's kind of half the fun. So that's also pretty wicked. And then John Cena as Guile, a perfect mashup there. Kind of funny that Cody Rhodes just got cast as Guile. I'm sure that 10, 15 years ago, John Cena would have been a shoo-in. But this, once again, looks like a fun little set. And then you got the actual packaging, which I feel might have been slightly inspired by Jada's fantastic efforts, where they're recreating an arcade cabinet with the figures inside. Love that. That's one for the inbox collectors right there. So yeah, these look like they're going to be pretty good fun. And I imagine going up for pre-order later on this year. Stay tuned for that. I made a video about these yesterday, so just a very quick recap with some new photos. Mafex are giving us Punisher, Sony Venom, and Iceman, and they all look pretty decent. The Punisher based very much off the art style from his 1986 miniseries. That's kind of cool. Mafex doing guns again. Always happy to see that. Then for Iceman, I need my Iceman to have hair now. I'm so used to Iceman with like frosted tips, literally. That bald Iceman doesn't really do it for me, but the rest of the figure does look really good. I know he has a head sculpt with hair, but it's not kind of what I'd be after. And then Venom, I mean, it's a very impressive set. I want to cast the Sony Venom movies out of my mind, let alone have a physical representation of them, but I know that there are fans out there, so these will be going up for pre-order pretty soon, I'd imagine. Similar to Mafex, I've covered these before, but a whole bunch of new pictures. Cold Slither being released and available at San Diego Comic-Con. Real fun to go through and just see what they've done with these figures, the way they've posed them, the photo shoots, very Motley Crue, very Spinal Tap. I get a big bang of that as well. Striper, name your crazy 80s hair metal bands. That's what they're going for. This looks like a really fun set. I can only imagine folks are probably going to snap this one up. Mezco are not done there with giving me things to tempt me away from my money. It's a terrible segment link, but we're getting Mezco, Jim Henson, Ninja Turtles. And these, I mean, I love the Jim Henson Turtles. That's a huge part of my nostalgic childhood growing up. These look good, but also I've got the Neca ones that came out years ago. Actually, I bought them for myself as a little present when I got my first 1,000 subscribers. So thank you, everyone. The first 1,000 people who joined Model Behaviour back in the day, that was what convinced me to get the Neca Turtles. And they still hold up. So these would have to be pretty spectacular to kind of move the needle on that. But looking at the pictures at least, they do look very pretty. They've recaptured those Henson puppet costumes really beautifully. Yeah, could be another winner from Mezco. Some new Masters of the Universe Origins pictures. These were from Preternia on their Instagram page. I am at a loss to tell you all the different characters besides He-Man, Skeletor, Beastman, Man-at-Arms, Evelyn. Actually, you know what? Clawful. Yeah, actually, no. I tell you what, Ram Man. There you go. The only person that I can't actually name is the big robot dude. Oh, and the green guy. And okay, there are a few that I don't know, but they look nice. I mean, it's Masters of the Universe. It's like the 2000X line. So for folks who collect all the different versions, well, you can have some more from this one. And yeah, they look fun. We've also got the Masterverse figures, and these are ones that kind of speak to me a little bit more. Speak to me, warriors! Because they're more in that kind of realistic, you know what I mean? Not cartoony. I wouldn't go so far as to say realistic, but you smell what I'm cooking. So I really, really love these, especially the crazy bug-eyed man. I know I'm embarrassing myself by not being able to actually name all of them, but I cover a lot of stuff. I cast a wide net, and that means that very often I'll talk about stuff where I'm like, this is a thing, and it means something to someone who gets it. At least I can tell you these are from the Masterverse line, but everything else, you can fill in the gaps yourself. Big shout out and a can of Coke to friend of the show, Torian, who sent me these videos of his own exploration of San Diego Comic-Con. That was almost a sentence. So, thank you very much, man. We've got this first little glimpse at the Jada booth going on here, showing off some of the cyberpunk figures, the Flintstones, Frosty the Snowman, some of their cereal mascot line. Also, we got the Mega Man set up here as well. They're kind of fun. They always are. The Mega Man figures are gorgeous. I was lucky enough to be sent, from a friend of the show, Mega Man, he's so much fun. So I can see why collecting the whole line would be phenomenal. Also, Scooby-Doo as well. The Hanna-Barbera collection, they look really good too. Jada, I love how much they vary all their different styles. They got the Mega Man little accessories too. Yeah, they did a great job with that. Now we get to take a look at Jada's Street Fighter booth. And this has got some of those beautiful special edition for the San Diego Comic-Con figures, Bison and Dalsim with their flaming body accessories. Those look really wicked. So I've got a lot of time for them. Also, E-Honda looks big, chunky, and chonking. Yeah, that Street Fighter line's almost complete now. And it's going to look spectacular when you finally get them all together. But not the Player 2 colors. I don't need the Player 2 colors. Some of the NECA animated style Ninja Turtles figures. Also a Garfield crossover, which I was not expecting, but there it is. So if you're a fan of the cat who loves lasagna dressed as a Ninja Turtle, well, there you go. They're literally doing everything. I mean, we've got Bebop and Rocksteady disguised as an old lady with the baby carriage. It's so ridiculous. We got Slash in his beach wear. I love how outside the box and ridiculous these turtles go. If there are collectors out there who literally buy everything, then God bless you, because you must have a pretty spectacular looking collection. We've also got some footage of the Ghostbusters display. So again, with the lights and Ecto-1 and the Ghostbusters 2 costumes. See, I love Ghostbusters, but actually Ghostbusters 2 holds the stronger nostalgic place in my heart because that's one of the first movies I remember seeing at the cinema. And as a kid, I wasn't watching it going like, this is just a retread of the first movie. I was like, yay, this is just fun. So I like this too. I'm not going to own it. I don't need it. But looking at it with the lights flashing on the Ecto, it's going to look amazing. If you plonk your money down, it's a great looking set. Mezco HK have a whole bunch of pictures from Hot Toys booth with all the figures that I was showing off in the last episode. I won't show you all of them because you can go over and check those out at Mezco HK's Instagram. But dang it, both of those RoboCop 2 figures, they're coming home with me. I'm going to have to maybe sell a kidney, but I don't mind. What do you really need 2 kidneys for anyway? I don't think anyone's ever proven that you need more than one. So therefore, anyone need a kidney? I'll let it go for the price of a Hot Toy or 2. And in amongst all of the San Diego Comic-Con craziness, LEGO have just revealed a LEGO Game Boy set, which, harkening back once again to Dave's 80s and 90s childhood, I can very much see the appeal of this, especially because it comes with cartridges you can build and put together as well with games that I played as a kid, especially Super Mario. I mean, that's just, yeah. That's a lot of goodness right there. I remember my cousin got a Game Boy for Christmas. Boxing Day 1989, I saw him open it, switch it on, and I was like, what kind of witchcraft is this? We are living in the future. And now, looking back, I kind of want to build it out of Lego. So that's what I'm going to look forward to. But already, this has been a very expensive couple of days, visually at least. Luckily, I can't buy all of them. And folks, that does it for Good News for today, or even just for this afternoon, because the next few days are going to be absolutely crazy. So I'm going to do some kind of stripped down, bare bones videos just to get the news and reveals out to you as they hit. So if you're not a subscriber yet, you might want to think about clicking that little button there so you don't miss any of the news coming up. And that's it, guys. Channel members, thank you so much for supporting the channel. The reason I can make all these videos is because I'm not out at work at the moment, because I'm able to do this because of you guys supporting the channel. So thank you so much for that. And until the next big thing is dropped, keep displaying model behavior.
Coffee, big time.